What's going on, guys? Matt over here, Lethal Garage, and we are checking out one of the sickest first-gen Camaros on the SEMA 2017 floor. Why? Well, it's kind of like, it's the most stressed car. That's its secret name. I have Mike Heim here. He has built this monstrous, beautiful car. And the one thing that's special, you guys are looking at that engine bay right now going, what is that? And most people will be like, oh, it's a Viper. No. Oh, it's a no. You want to know what that is? That is an LS V12. This thing is immaculate. It's a monster. And I have Mike here, who has been slaving away building this car, and he's going to tell us all about it. So,
sure.
Give it to us.
So we were approached to build a car for the V12. Two brothers, Matt and Shane Korish, Australian guys. They decided they were going to put a V12 together in an LS. So they asked me if I would put it in a car, we would make a test mule. In making a test mule, I said the only car I can give you is my own. So I had to make something that was as cool as the motor, and I hope we did that, but we had a lot of fun building it. The prototype motor is the one that's in there right now. It's the first one ever built. That is a welded block. That was two V8s cut up and welded together, same with the heads. That produced 800 horsepower on the dyno, and it is 519 cubic inch. Now the one that they're actually producing for sale is LS3 version. That is 580 cubic inch, and that is available now in a cast iron block or an aluminum block, all casts. It's no longer a welded block. These are made to run.
Awesome. Now, one thing that you were showing me yesterday, the torque on this thing.
Oh yeah.
Tell them a little bit about that.
So, the thing about this motor is it would sound like a diesel of the torque rating, because the torque on this motor on the hub dyno was 600 foot-pounds of torque at 2,000 RPM, and it will stay there the whole way through 6,000.
What a monster, man.
And it takes nothing to blow the tires off.
So, the motor is a work of art for sure. But you have a lot more going on here. Can you tell us a little bit about the whole car, what you've done with it, where you're going with it?
One of the questions I get asked all the time is how long is the front end lengthened? It is not lengthened at all. It is the exact length of the front end of a stock Camaro. What gives you the impression is we took 4.5 inches off the bottom of the car and got rid of the rockers. The fender then becomes wider as it goes up, so that makes the fender look longer. We took the body off the floor and lowered it 3 inches to do a body drop on a subframe car, and then we did an 1.5 inch chop on the top to lower the roof to give it more of the slightly lean forward pro mod style look. And then some of the features that we did to get rid of all the trim that we didn't want to see, we flush mounted all the glass. We made our own side glass. That was out of an '82 Civic windshield. We cut the glass that has the same curve to it. Because the car sits so low, to get in and out to make it easy, we put suicide doors on it. I didn't want to take away from the Camaro look with the door handles being some odd piece or electronic, so what we did was we made a mechanical door handle and we hit it with our mirror.
That is awesome.
So that's our door handle. Being that it is a muscle car, most people tell you, you never chop the top of a muscle car, they don't look right, or you never put suicide doors on because of the high crown on the side. So we wanted to prove to people that we could make the hinges for this thing and make a nice suicide door, that this door will go completely 90. So there's absolutely no problem with getting in or out.
It's amazing. It looks so clean too.
Well, thank you.
So anything else special? What kind of seats we got in there?
So the seats aren't anything that special. The interior was all done by Lucky 7. They're in Stewartstown, PA. Brad is the guy who did all the work to it. Beautiful, beautiful work. I'm so proud of him for doing it for us. We have a cantilever setup, rear suspension. It's on airbags all the way around that are double adjustable, so it rides very, very smooth. We have an AccuAir system in it, which is their new tank system with the valves in the tank. We have their Shockwave shocks that are on from Ride Tech for the ride on it. DeWitt's jumped on it. They made us a radiator for this motor, so keep it cool. We had stainless header manufacturing, did the headers. GP headers flew out and welded the headers up. We had quite a number of manufacturers on it. One of the biggest, our friends Ron Francis here, they jumped right on it and helped us out with everything for the car itself. Haltech is the computer management system on it. Tough Stuff helped out. Dakota Digital. We had a lot of people all get together on the car. We did a lot of small things too that are just cleaning up the bumpers, and we pinched the front end 3/8 aside, moved the grill out, all the stuff to just to clean it up and make it really look smooth.
Yeah, the engine bay looks great. And you were showing me yesterday, you have a couple different hood setups.
Yes, I do.
For the car, and this, it's gone through a couple iterations as well.
Absolutely.
From the, I'm forgetting words, intake manifold, the way it's set up now,
yes.
Versus you had the individual setup, which looked pretty amazing.
The first setup that we had on it was 12 singles. And that was to bring out the SEMA to show that it is a V12. So people wouldn't question if it's a Viper motor or anything else.
Yeah.
They saw 12 singles and they were like, yep, there's 12 cylinders. But that wasn't what we were going to sell to the public because they're very hard to set up. So then the next thing we did was we took it back and we wanted to start working on some of the pieces that we were going to sell to the public. So we did a 2.4 setup that was a throttle body. That worked out great. And then the last thing that we just put on here to try out was it's a low rise intake that we extended, and it's a direct port injection with a single 102 millimeter throttle body that works phenomenal. The Haltech system is self-learning, and with that setup on it, we just drive it around like it's nothing. And it's all pump gas. We don't have to do anything special. I run it 91 octane, and we drive it all day long.
Now, can you run different fuels on it without any problems, or is there anything?
This motor, like I said, is a prototype motor. It did 796 on the dyno, and that was with all GM stock internals, all LS1 internals, and on pump gas. This motor, if we were to put other pistons, other rods, go crazy on the motor, you can put, you name it. You can put turbos on it, blowers on it. You should be easily over 2,000 horse, which is something that's coming out in the near future.
Only 2,000 horsepower. Whatever. Well, it looks amazing. I'm going to get some walk-arounds. I definitely appreciate you sharing this beautiful ride with us.
Anytime.
And,
thank you guys.
Guys, let Mike know what you guys think of this monster down below in the comments. I know you guys are mostly around for the 6th gens, but come on. When you have a 1st gen that looks like this with a unique motor setup and just beautiful stance on it, you can't go wrong.
Well, thank you, Lethal Camaro, for coming around and checking it out.
Appreciate it. So there you guys have it. That is the amazing vehicle from Mike. He calls it stressed because that's what it's done to him building this thing. It's a monster. So if you guys have any questions or any details, post below. Likes, comments, shares, appreciated. Smash that subscribe if you enjoyed the content. But until next time and next SEMA, hope to see you on the road.